Hey guys, I've been giving away our weekly planning template, so I wanted to make sure that you guys know exactly how to actually use it and implement this to get the best possible outcomes by using this. So when we're planning out what we're going to be doing each day and each week, it has to come from an overall and overarching goal. So if that goal is what we're trying to achieve this year, and let's just say this is planning for 2022, and then we map out what we're going to be doing each month and each week from there, so then our actions that we do each week align with our overall goal. So the key with this here, and I'll dive into the computer and show you exactly how to actually use a spreadsheet. If you don't have the spreadsheet and you want it, let me know and I'll send that through here as well. Actually just comment spreadsheet below and I'll send that across to you guys as well, and then have a look at this here to show you exactly how to do it. The worst thing you can do, or the main reason that people don't get results, is they don't take action. And the reason a lot of them don't take action is they don't know what action steps to take. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly the action steps to take each day to give you the outcome that you want, how to map that out from your yearly and monthly goals and then implement that on daily tasks. So let me know if you want the worksheets, comment worksheet below. Other than that, let's dive into the computer and I'll show you exactly what you're going to do. Okay, so if we start and have a look at this here, we've got this mapped out from in quarters, January right through to December. So we've broken it up into the 4 quarters and then what each priority is that we're working on throughout the year. So if we reverse engineer this and think about what is it that we're trying to achieve in 2022, and then we work backwards to go, what do we need to do this year, each quarter, each month, each week to each day? And we can map that out using like our daily metrics that they work out through here to actually find out what we need to be doing each day and to make sure we're on track. But this isn't a strategy coaching thing here. This is more just like how do we actually work this sheet to make sure that we know what we're doing and we can implement it, track it, so we know what to do to actually achieve our goals. So if we know what our goals are and we know what we're trying to achieve, we would put that through in here. So these are just some examples of this filled out, and I'll let you guys fill this out to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So as an example, if you've got your program, you've got how many people here that you're wanting to, or this is what your program is and this is what your goal is over the next say 12 months. Let's just say that's what the plan actually is. Then we'd have to work out, well, how many clients do we actually need to achieve that? I don't even know if that's right, but I've just chucked that in there. So you say you need 35 clients. Then each quarter we need 27, 25, but we just hedge a little bit, so we're pushing towards that, because some weeks we're not going to hit our target, some months we're not going to hit our target, but it's okay if the overall number is still on track. So we're always hedging a little bit here as well each week. Well, once we get down to the weeks, like the reason why we do it that way is because if we're quite clear on our goal and we're quite clear that we need to get 100 people, then that can be a little bit overwhelming for people. So if we break that down, it's like, okay, well, let's just say that's one person per week, say for example, or 2 people per week. It doesn't sound quite as overwhelming as like the whole overall goal. So we want to break that down. And then you can just work out how many once you've got this down, you can just work out how many strategy sessions that you're going to be needing each day and where they come from, whether you're doing organic paid ads or whatever it is that you're using. And then we just use like the 20% conversion rate this here to work that out. We've got down here pawns, knights, queens, and kings. So just a bit of a chess analogy. Now, in a game of chess, we can sacrifice pawns for the overall goal. So if we have to stop doing what it is that's generating some leads to actually build out like trainings or anything like that, that's okay if we're not hitting our targets on certain weeks for the bigger goal. If we're just not hitting our weeks because we're lazy, that doesn't make sense. But if we have to slow down things because we're building out new funnels and we're building out our program, we're doing more client care, anything along those lines, if we sacrifice weeks here and there, it's not that big of a deal if it's for the overall thing. We're protecting our king, the year. But as soon as we start dropping too many weeks that it's turning into months, it gets pretty hard to win that game. If we lose our queen, as in we've lost a whole quarter, it gets almost impossible to win. Not impossible, but it's pretty hard to actually win the game. So we've got to keep an eye on it from a viewpoint where we go, the main thing is the next 12 months. So we have to drop some pawns to achieve more in the next 12 months, and that's perfectly fine. But if we just start slipping and getting lazy and not sticking to what we said we're going to do, then we're just going to drop our year anyway. So what I've done as well is, because I've just got the priorities here, I've just left this one here with some examples in here as well that are already filled out. Scaling to 20k per month, some tactics that you can use. Then obviously I highlighted that because we're working on priority 1 will be January. So if you know what you're doing, just fill that out. If not, this example is pretty solid as well, moving through that there as well. So obviously we go through to here. I combine health, business into one, because most of you, well, all of you, are the business to some degree. So whether you've got people working for you or not, you are still the business and making the decisions. So the better you are as a person, the healthier you are, the better you're sleeping, the better your decision making is, the more energy you have, all that's going to flow right through to your business. So there's like a tipping point where I collide the two. So what we've got here is I track this through with Aura rings as well, bedtime, wake time, HRV, resting heart rate, readiness score from their sleep score. Then I just track things like passion, love, spirituality, whatever that is to you. Adjust those, make those whatever they are, add your weight. These are just things that I do as well. Cold showers, alchemy, planning, meditation, movement. So they're all set up to green for yes, reds for no's. Then when we move it to the business KPIs, do we hit our pillars, our power activities, daily maps, how many hours do we work, how many hours do we spend learning. Now I always track learning as well, because I notice that my productivity is so much higher when I'm learning, even if I'm like in the trenches and just getting shit done. If I'm not learning, that does die down on me a bit. I do love learning. Energy output as well, I sort of just measure that through 100%. Focus 100%, happiness 100%, my mission, what I'm trying to achieve 100%. So when I say that 100% would be, I rate it, you can rate this however you like, but I rate this as 100% energy of what I want it to be. Was it 100% what I wanted it to be today? If the answer was no, so well, where is it? 75% today. Okay, track that. Focus, do the same thing. At 100% focus today, where was I? 50%, 90%, and I put that in. And we track this. Let's just say I go 30%, 30%, 30%, get the gist there. What we do is we track that, so that's going to be easy maths, 30%, and I track this with the weekly review. Energy for this week, I get it from here. Energy, what was the average, I track that through. So see here, I've got here how many strategy sessions or consultations, whatever you want to call it, did I do that week, how many new clients, what was the cash collected, what was the goal amount of new clients that week from these types of things. Health rating, so what I do with that one there is the readiness scores. I just do what was my average readiness score for that week, put that through there. Passion and love, same thing, you get the gist. What was the average, put it through the weekly. Same with the business. Focus, happiness, mission. Focus, happiness, mission. Finances, so I rate finances the same at that 100% that week. What my targets were, what my finances were, to 100% of what my goal was, where am I? And then total, I just go whoop, have a look at the total down the bottom there, and that will be the total, and then I can track that for each week moving forward as well, so I can actually see that through each quarter. And you'll definitely see the correlation of when these things are high and the total is high, you'll definitely see the numbers high. You'll definitely be bringing on more clients, and you'll definitely be just, all of the stuff will be better. But you'll also see ebbs and flows too, like these might be going really good, but then these might be lower, and vice versa. So it's always that balancing act, trying to get them all on point to get the total high. And the total, what I also find is like sometimes the total can be, because that's lower and that one might be higher, and then the next week will be the opposite. The totals still roughly remain the same. So the big battle for me is like, and it will be for you, is always trying to get those totals higher to try to get the full spectrum of everything here. So okay, so then we understand the reviewing of how this works. Then we go through here. So what we do is the red is what might be projections, or is projections, and then actual. So we can work out like what was the revenue goals for this period of time. And then at the end of each week, you just do what was the actual revenue, how many people did we actually close, how many strategy sessions did we actually have, how many conversations did we actually have. So we can actually see where we're tracking and trending with that as well. And now I use Google Maps, but you can Google Maps, Google Calendar, but here's an example of just this mapped out. So in this one here, when pillars, power activities, daily map, did you do those? That is the stuff here. Pillars, power activities, daily maps. You can adjust these to however you want. Again, we're not going through different strategies or anything today. It's more just to understand all this sort of stuff here. So in a nutshell, this is how to use a spreadsheet, because if I just sent this through to you, you would have no idea. Like it is quite full on, and we use a number of different tracking sheets, but this one is the one that I highly recommend you do every single day, no matter what.